love is bitter and sweet, but which is more sweet, the bitterness or the sweetness? None has spoken it. Sweet action is an idea, a concept. It is a simple representation of what makes beer great, the marriage of barley and hops, and a harmonious balance of sweet and bitter. So, Jeremy, our next one up is Sweet Action. And
Sweet Action.
Sweet Action. It is 5.2% alcohol and 34 IBUs, and talks a lot about being, a balance of both sweetness and hop, and not talking about styles at all, so I'm not going to either. Shall we open it?
Let's do it.
Love that they are, as Jeremy mentioned earlier, love that this is in a 16-ounce can. Beer should only be served in pints.
If not 40s.
Well, that's a different problem. Also, dry hop, comments about dry hopping on this.
And right off from the front, you can see that it's definitely a little bit darker in color than the Pilsner. Mm-hmm. So, still clear, nice head, fairly good density on the head on that, good head retention. Very sweet, almost like a maple syrupy kind of sugariness to it. How would you take it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm definitely getting like some vegetal sweetness, and I'm not exactly sure where it is. The maple syrup is close. Almost reminds me of some of the gluten-free ones, like the sorghum.
Oh, like sorghum sweetness?
Yeah. There's a little bit of...
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but do you think the vegetal quality is coming from the hops, or do you think that's actually coming from the malt or the?
It may be just the way that they're playing up against one another. Certainly is an interesting nose, and I'm very interested to taste this because of the nose.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely hop there. There's some sweetness there that's not typical, anyways. Not that it's bad. It's just not typical, and interesting to see where they're going with this one.
Well, I'm catching the sweetness way more than the hoppiness, and I think.
Oh, you know what? You know what this is actually picking up a little of? As I get going on the nose a little bit more, it reminds me of being a kid at Christmas time and going to people's houses that had the oranges studded with whole cloves. And I'm getting a little bit of citrus and a little bit of spiciness to it. And I'm wondering.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely getting, you're right, that kind of clove phenolic kind of things going on. Yeah.
But in the background, there's a little bit of citrus, but it's more orange than grapefruity. So it's fun.
Yeah,
I mean, the nose is definitely evolving and changing quite quickly. It's a very peaceful beer to drink.
It's surprising that because I expected a lot more sweetness in the flavor, but it's fairly dry. I mean, it doesn't have as much sweetness as you'd expect with that. I mean,
it's got the sweetness up front, but it's a clean malty. It's not really sweet. It's very malty up front, and you got that weight on the tongue, but the bitterness is high enough, and it's again very well attenuated, which is just a real treat.
It's a little surprising because I expected it to be a little syrupy because of the sweet. And the cloveniness. I expected it to be a little sweeter, but it's not. It's well attenuated. Nice charming kind of attenuation, if you will. It's very interesting.
All I know is the thing I'm thinking about right now. I want some chicken that's been on the barbecue, over charcoal, where you just keep slathering on the barbecue sauce, and I think it would be perfect against this beer. Great beer to take to a picnic, and it's park friendly. It's canned. But it'd be great with some just simple grilled chicken. Still on the bone though. It's got to be the real stuff.
Not the fake stuff.
Not that boneless stuff.
Yeah. We don't want that.
And it's great. I love the way that it keeps making you want to go back for another taste. The balance is just right. There's just enough bitterness that your throat's a little bit, it finishes so clean and a little bit dry. You're like, I'm a little bit thirsty for some more right away. And it's great the way this beer really there's that. You want to go back for the sweet reward, and then there's the bitterness at the end that says, I want more of that sweet reward. It's I feel like a rat pushing the button to get a little bit more.
You said it, not me.
Well, cheers, Jeremy.
Cheers.